Today's date is March 27, 2018. Sergeant Mayer and myself are in the car with Allison Kexel, and we're just going to speak here.
Allison, is it Allison or
YSON?
We're going to set that there just because it's a little closer for your voice.
Right.
So 2 L's and then a Y?
Yeah.
Okay. Middle?
R.
And last name, can you spell it?
Kexel.
Okay. And a date of birth? What's an address for you? And a phone number? On the area code.
I'm on my brother's plan. It's out of Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you from here locally, or?
I was born in Arizona, but I've lived in Chippewa the majority of my childhood.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I understand you worked at Racy's. You no longer work there. Is that correct?
At the beginning of March, I terminated my employment from the Nucleus.
Is the Nucleus the restaurant that's attached to Racy's?
Yes.
Okay.
Same owners, separately managed.
How do you spell Nucleus?
Nucleus.
So that was the beginning of March?
Beginning of March, I terminated my employment. I've been there since May or June 2017. So just about a year almost.
Okay.
And is that kind of where you started to know Alex and...
Right. So I was a customer there beforehand.
Okay.
I submitted a resume, and then one evening I sat outside and spoke with Alex for roughly 3 hours or so, just chatting. And he had just put in a good word for me to the manager. And then, so that kind of like spiraled our friendship. But we both would spend time there outside of our shifts. So we were regulars there outside of being employees. And our friend group consists of Brianna Larson, who you spoke to, Alex and myself, as well as Ezra McCandless and Jason, whose last name I'm blanking on right now. I think he was spoken to as well.
Just so I...
Jason.
Is that Jason?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Max Martinson, Gage Armstrong, few other people, just lots of us would hang out and kind of band together and talk. I guess there's a lot of information that I can give you regarding like the background history of all of us.
Okay.
But I guess what information do you...
Why don't we start with just what you know about... Let's go with Ezra. What do you...
About her history?
Just your friendship. What do you know?
So we've been friends for the better part of a year. She was dating Jason for roughly 6 or 7 months up until February, March. They've been in communication though since. Ezra and I would see each other on a regular basis, almost daily, since her and Jason were regulars at the Nucleus. And, you know, we'd hang out and do like art stuff together at their home. But she is a very rash individual, I'd say. A lot of the things that come out of her mouth aren't thought through beforehand. But, you know, when things like this happen, you don't expect it from that person. We've all been talking and trying to piece together the information that we have. And I think we all have like tweaked perceptions of who Ezra is. I know that she changed her name. I don't know what it was before, but she has like stated that she identifies as being trans. So I don't want to exclude the possibility that maybe she does have multiple personality disorder or any of that. But I've never known her to take medication. I've never seen her on drugs. Yeah. I'm not sure what her family history is like. She, I believe, was in the middle of quite a few kids. Some full siblings, half, or step. I'm not totally sure. I've never met any of her family.
Okay.
But from what she's said, she's always a bit vague. She had a lot of responsibility fall on her. So I know she was like kind of stressed out about those things from her past. But as far as I know, there was never kind of any abuse in the home, physically, verbally. Nothing that really stands out.
None that you're aware of. She didn't talk about it,
Right.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I know about her, I guess, her background. But, I saw her almost every single day.
Did she talk? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
No.
Did she talk about her relationships with him? With
With Jason and Alex?
Well, yeah, anybody. Let's start with Jason.
So, her and Jason were kind of on the fritz, I guess. Their relationship was falling apart for multiple reasons. They were not able to communicate well with each other. They didn't see eye to eye.
She told you this?
Right.
Well, what'd she say about it? As far as, somebody said, you don't see eye to eye, what do you mean by that?
They just had arguments. He was protective over his phone. She would just not communicate where she was with him, and he would be concerned about her. He was more of a father figure.
Hi.
Hi, my roommate needs to park here.
Oh, we'll get out of here. Yep, we'll get out of here. We're just talking. You bet. Yep. Okay, you can just continue to talk. Yeah.
I think maybe that end one doesn't particularly have a sign right in front of it. Grab that one for now.
People don't typically park there anyways. So just common relationship things, like he was protective over his phone. She didn't really communicate well where she was, and he, being that there was such an age gap, it was more of a father figure for her, and just didn't want her to, he just wanted her to be safe. It's hard because they both are very rash people, and they don't handle stressful situations well. And so she would always make Jason out to be the bad guy, and I think it's just because she's not very metacognizant. I don't think she understands that, like I don't think she understands the consequences for like the things that she does, like how it affects other people. That, like, of course someone would be
think things through a lot, you think?
Right. She just she's very, I think, independent in that way, that she just kind of does as she wants to without communicating that to other people.
Did they have a relationship, though, that she ever talk about? Was it a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
Boyfriend-girlfriend. They were going steady. They were dating for several months, 6 to 7 months, roughly. However, she had been sleeping with Alex for roughly 4 months. It wasn't something that we really talked about, since she was, I guess, cheating on Jason with him. So this wasn't something that I found out about until recently.
Who'd you hear that from?
I think, did Brianna give you the date of the Art Fly show? I don't remember when that was.
Yeah, I believe she did, yeah.
Okay, so that was kind of...
She couldn't remember the exact date.
I have... I can...
What was the art show called?
It was at Shift, Cyclery and Coffee Shop. Let me bring something up here and find out. But it was just an Art Fly event. When was it? I believe it was February 24th.
That's what we were able to come up with, but I wanted to make sure that we were talking the same
Let me double check.
same event.
While I'm looking for it, so that night we were supposed to be there at, I think, like 4 o'clock. And she had told Jason that she was sleeping with Alex, and he was obviously very angry. And he was screaming at her outside of Racy's. And yeah, it was February 24th that we were there.
Okay.
But he was screaming at her and, saying things that, like, fucking my friends isn't cool, and just, like, arguing with her in public as customers were coming in. And she was supposed to work that event, volunteer with Brianna Larson and I. And Brianna and I drove together down to shift, and Jason and her were having a very heated discussion behind Truckers and Black Thumb. And
But they did have an argument. Some of it was by Racy's here or at the art show?
It was outside of Racy's. And I called over to her and I said, hey, do you want to ride with us? And she just very aggressively yelled at me and, like, told me that she couldn't do that right now. And so I just walked away, got in the car with Brianna, and we went to the art show. Later that evening, she messaged me and asked, like, what her duties were supposed to be for the art show, apologized for yelling at me, and I was very blunt with her because their falling out, Jason and Ezra's falling out with their relationship, had been going on for months. They both had been asking our friend group for advice, and we delivered, but it was just getting to the point that it wasn't our problem anymore. We didn't want to deal with it. So we started shutting them out and asking them not to speak to us about their relationship. It wasn't our problem. So I very bluntly told her how I felt about it, and told her, like, I love you and I support you, you're my friend, but this is something that you need to take care of because it's past the point of anyone being able to help you. Or Jason. You two need to figure it out. So from there, we believe that she accused both Alex and John, I don't know John's last name, but she accused both of them of sexual assault, rape, of that nature, and we believe that it's to shift the blame. We know that Alex wouldn't have done something like that to her. He had confessed to Ezra that he loved her at one point, and she told me that. So, and he's a very respectful person. He wouldn't cross boundaries like that with someone ever. That's just not in his nature. As well as John. I believe that both sexual accounts were completely consensual, and that the guilt of cheating on Jason, or, him being angry about it, is the reason for those accusations.
Why do you believe that?
I don't think that Ezra's very good at confronting conflict. And I just can't see either of them doing something like that.
Okay.
So I guess
Let's talk a little bit about Alex.
in what regard?
What
My
do you know
relationship?
about Alex? What about
He,
his relationships? You know him personally? Anything?
his relationships are pretty close-knit to his coworkers within Racy's. So being just the baristas, as well as the names I had listed off earlier. He spent a lot of time at Racy's and at the Joint, and he kept to himself quite a bit. When he was at Racy's, he spent a lot of time reading or writing, and he is just very very kind to everyone. He keeps to himself, but he's never made poor statements about anybody, honestly. I don't know, we didn't spend a whole lot of time together outside of Racy's. Because I'm not 21, so I don't spend time at the joint.
Okay.
So I didn't see him there. And we've never spent time together outside of here. This is kind of the hub for all of us to hang out. But he just all around is a fair, honest person.
Okay.
So.
Did you know either one of them to use any kind of substance abuse, drugs, or anything?
I don't know if Alex was ever medicated. Like I said, I've never seen either of them take medications, and I've never seen either of them on drugs.
Okay.
Why would you say that? You don't know if Alex was medicated. Do you think he should have been medicated for something, or?
No, I don't think he would have been medicated. I mean, I know antidepressants and anxiety things are very common.
Yep.
But it's not anything that he's ever stated. I don't believe he has any reason to be medicated, but yeah, I've just never seen any pill bottles with either of them.
Okay. What about her?
As well as her.
Okay. Do you believe that she needed to be medicated, or?
I think people commonly misidentify anxiety and depression as being an issue when it's something that can be taken care of. It's hard for people when they're not in a good state to take care of themselves mentally. Problem solving is a very big part of that. So I think that if she were to take any medications, it'd be for either depression or anxiety.
Okay.
But I think that those things are very overly diagnosed.
Okay.
So,
So what did you hear about this, and Allison? What was about this whole incident? How
did I find out?
hear information, or what did you hear?
So, let me get my time frames. Sunday, I worked 9 to 1, and Brianna Larson's roommate, Maddie Miles, had sent me a message, and what did she say? She said, "Have you heard the recent shit with Ezra and Alex yet?" And I said, "No." She said, "There's a lot going on. Bree is very upset about it, and I don't know what to do." And I said, "I'm at work, just message me all of it." And she said, "I'm sorry." And she continued with, "I don't know everything, but I guess that they were missing, and they found Ezra in Menominee looking like she was attacked, and she's in the hospital right now. And up until now, Alex was missing, and Bree just texted me freaking out, saying that they found him and he was stabbed," with a bunch of question marks. She said, "I don't know what condition he's in. Please don't tell a lot of people yet, because I don't want to make it worse for them. I don't know what to do." And I said, "I have break at 11, and she said, "I work 1 to 10. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm off at 1. I'll see if Bree wants me to come over, just meet at Racy's." And she's like, "I don't know what's happening, and it's freaking me out." And I was like, "Me too." But I called Bree, and she said that she'd meet me at Racy's. And when I got done with work, I came straight here and met with Brianna outside and asked her what was going on. And she told me that Alex's parents had showed up and talked to our manager at Racy's and let her know what the circumstances were. From there, I just, yeah, we spent the day together and just talked about everything that we knew and trying to piece together why this would have happened. Because I guess I'm confused as to why Alex was alone with her after she accused him of rape or sexual assault. I don't know why he would have. That's a very big thing to accuse someone of, and then to be alone with them. Which is why I don't believe it's true as well, is because, like, you wouldn't be alone with someone that assaulted you voluntarily.
Okay.
So that just doesn't quite add up.
To your knowledge, was there a formal complaint made as far as that sexual assault, or Just throughout the group, or how's
I know that she took legal action with John,
Okay.
and she recanted it as of recently, as of her detainment, I guess. But I don't know if there's a formal accusation with Alex. That I'm not sure.
That was just talk amongst your social network.
I believe so, as far as I'm aware.
I guess as a group of friends, do you guys use social networking at all, or mainly just meeting face to face?
We're all pretty much here every day, so we see each other there.
Okay.
I mean, Brianna and I now work together. I work at the same business she does.
Where do you guys work now?
My receptionist within Banbury. So, but yeah, like I said, this is a really big hub for us. We all see each other here on a regular basis. So,
Okay.
and then from there, I mean, we make plans to go to each other's houses and
Yeah.
things like that. But
Did you ride around with Ezra much in her car?
typically not. Can't think. No, I don't think I've ever been in her vehicle.
Okay.
She's ridden with me. She didn't. I mean, because Jason and her would bike a bit. I think
Okay.
he had built her a bike, and they didn't live far. It was a few blocks away. So she didn't take her car here a whole lot, except for in the winter. But the times that I did go over to their home, I just drove her over there and then
Okay.
left on my own. And yeah,
And you went there to do art and other stuff?
yeah, we just watch TV and draw together, hang out. So,
In your opinion, you know, without trying to piece together everything that happened and what's in the news and what you've heard, but rather just what you know of all these different people that are tied into this, what do you think happened?
If you have an opinion on it.
yeah, so I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're asking me not to include things that I already know, but just off my own.
Well, I mean,
I just know
actual
that-
things that you know, that's fine, but there's so many rumors and there's
He
so
said,
many...
she said, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to include that kind of stuff, but factual stuff, absolutely.
So, from what I was told, the police were called to Alex's home for arguing. The neighbors had called and said that they heard arguing. From what I know, that they had possibly left a statement and were told to go to a public place and left together. That is what I was told. But she hasn't been to town in weeks since Jason asked her to leave their residence. She was staying with her family in Thorpe. So her coming to town was an unusual thing, as she hasn't been here in weeks. So I guess I don't know anything about her being here. I had no idea that any of this was taking place over the weekend. So I don't know why they would have been together. I don't know. Like I said, I thought they were on bad terms, considering she had accused him of those things. So I just can't, I don't know what she would have needed to talk to him about, what he would have needed to say to her. I know that there was talk of journals being passed around. I believe they were hers. But I just don't know what could have possibly been the circumstances for this to escalate as it did.
Do you know, and I may have missed this from before, when did she accuse, if you know, Alex of assaulting her? When was it?
Sometime in February. The art show is February 24th. That's when
she accused Alex.
That's when Jason found out that she was cheating on him. And after then, I believe she started accusing him of that. And again, that's why I believe that it's to shift blame. Because Jason was obviously not happy.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't think that she could take confronting that conflict. And probably just felt really guilty about it and just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly. Both of them seem incredible. I don't take anything that they say too seriously. Just because, what?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. How did Jason find out?
That I'm not quite sure. I think possibly through them arguing it came up.
Okay.
I don't think it was anything that a friend told him. I think it was between them.
Have you ever witnessed Ezra become physically violent with anyone or get really worked up to that point?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen her get really worked up, and what does she do when she does?
I've never really seen her too.
Okay.
It's always been within races that she's been, she comes there for a safe space. So I guess just, it's always been pretty normal. Never seen her way out of line.
Okay. What about, have you ever seen Alex?
No, I've never seen him like crazy upset. He handles things pretty well. Even when Brianna and I had approached him, because he didn't know, like I said, I'm not sure if there was a formal accusation, but he didn't even know that she was accusing him of anything.
Okay.
And so Brianna and I approached him and said, just so you know, Ezra has these accusations against you. I don't know if she's taking them to the police, but we just want you to know. And he just took a deep breath and said, okay, thank you for telling me. He was super calm about it.
And when did you tell him that?
The beginning of March.
Okay.
Within like the week and a half, 2 week span of February 24th.
Okay. So from then, when you had told him, had they been together after that, after you had told him?
She was out of town at that point.
So from that point, from what you recall, when you told Alex that Brianna was making these accusations, she had not been around.
Ezra was making the accusations.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Lots of
Ezra.
names. As far as I know, she has not been to Eau Claire County since days after February 24th, after Jason had asked her to move out. Her go-to was Thorpe, to be with her family. Her parents was the only place she had to stay. I don't really know the whole timeline. Jason's the best person to ask about those things. But I know at some point she had a hotel room that he paid for. I don't know how long that lasted before or after she went to her parents. I don't know. But again, as far as I know, she has not been here until Thursday, when she showed up to Eau Claire.
Okay. Thursday. Were you here when she showed up
No,
at Racy's?
no, I was at work.
Okay. Did you see her at all that day?
I have not seen her since.
Did you see Jason at all that day?
No. I saw Jason Monday or Wednesday. I came into Racy's to get coffee on my break.
Have you ever seen Jason get extremely upset?
Not anything that has been with the three of them. I've never seen them be upset physically.
Okay.
It's just more of like a verbal, stressed out, and we talk it down from there.
Yeah. Was he pretty wound up when he found out that she was sleeping with Alex?
I mean, like I said, he was...
I know you said something about he was kind of yelling at her, saying it's not fucking cool to
be sleeping with my friends, yeah.
sleeping with your friends. Anything more than that?
No, I mean, he wasn't like in her face. He was very upset at first. He was yelling at her back here at the coffee shop. But they took it to the side there.
Okay.
In that parking lot of truckers, yeah. And he had kind of toned it down a bit, but it was obviously a very heated conversation.
Okay.
But it was nothing that I would have like called in, I guess.
Yep.
Just because knowing the two of them, I was gonna let them have it out, figure it out, and they would
Okay.
do whatever,
Did he confront Alex about this?
He came into Racy's, asked John to step outside with him, talked to John about it, came back in, and asked to speak to Alex, and Alex came back inside, and the rest of us were inside, talking about, this isn't the principal's office, we're not getting involved, he doesn't need to be doing that, that's ridiculous. It was uncalled for and unnecessary, but if I remember right, it was only John and Alex that he had spoken to outside, separately.
Okay. Did you happen to witness any of this conversation with Alex?
I didn't hear anything, but it was right outside the Racy's windows, so I could see him speak to both of them.
How heated did he seem then?
He was yelling at both of them, but it wasn't very in the face, and it was just a general anger that I would expect out of anyone.
Okay. Anybody threaten anybody at that time?
There's been no threats of anything, as far as I know.
Okay. Is there any other information that you think
Is
is
worth
pertinent that we should know? And even if you think it's a small, minute detail, it might be that golden egg that we really need. And ultimately, what we're trying to do is just get to the
understanding
truth
why,
and understand why and what really transpired and how it happened.
Yeah. After talking to all of the former and present staff just now, and most of the people in our friend group over the last few days, we've all just been trying to piece this together and understand what the hell happened for it to escalate. The only two things that came up that were weird for us was, at one point, Ezra had shared with both Brianna and I that there was a time that she was supposedly pregnant with twins and had aborted them. She had said at the time that they were Jason's. After talking today in the timelines, me and Bree just looked at each other and were like, well, maybe they were Alex's. And so we don't know if there was information he had about her that she didn't want anyone else to know, or if there was something that he was going to tell her that she didn't want to hear, and it was just angering for her. I have no idea. But one thing that I mentioned today that I didn't think of until it came out of my mouth was that there was, and I don't know who it pertains to at all, but there was a day that Alex was working and I came in and he looked upset, and I asked him what was wrong, and he just shook his head inside and said, I know too much about people and I could really ruin some lives. And I mentioned that to Josh Trinkler, who's one of the baristas here, and he told me that I really needed to tell you about that. And again, I don't know who it pertains to. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm sorry, I'm not quite. So he came in upset and he said what?
He was already working.
Or he was working, you came in?
Yeah, I came in and he just didn't look happy, didn't look really upset or anything, but I just kind of felt like something was wrong, so I just asked him what was wrong, and he said, I know too much about people sometimes and I could really ruin some lives. And I thought that was weird. My assumption was maybe someone at the joint, it was just gossip. Claire's really not that big. And so I just thought nothing of it, but all these things seem weird now. And again, that's really not too helpful because I don't know who it pertains to, but
no, it's still something that's nice for us to know.
Yeah. And I guess
do you know who received these journal entries?
That is something that I would like to know too. From all of us talking, I guess Ezra came to town on Thursday without telling anyone she was coming. And I guess it was to give these journals to people. She gave all of her artwork to Max Martinson, but Brianna told me today, I don't know if there's anything left, but they, out of anger, burned it. just because we all are extremely angry with Ezra right now, because she was our friend and we can't understand why this happened.
Okay. That's a normal,
Yeah.
normal reaction.
Right. The journals, though, I know Alex, he's super into philosophy. He was going to grad school. He's a student at UW. Talks to his professors outside of school. And I know he keeps, I don't know if they're called journals or if it's just like personal writing for like school stuff. I don't really know what they are about. But I know he had journals as well. I never knew Ezra to write in journals, but apparently she came to town to give those things to people. So, I don't know.
So, you said Alex has journals?
Yeah,
Where would he keep them?
he recently moved in with Sammy. Why am I blanking on her last name? I don't know if you've been in contact with her, but he recently just changed roommates.
Okay. Was he living over off of Cameron still, or?
Is that by Eggroll Plus in that area?
By where?
By Eggroll Plus. I know, I've never been to his home, but I know he was living somewhere near Eggroll Plus in that area with Matthew Schreiner. And some
Okay. Yeah, Matthew sounds
familiar.
And he just moved to
He just moved in with one of my old coworkers, Sammy.
Sammy.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
You don't know her last name. Do you have a phone number?
I don't, but let me find her.
When did he move in with Sammy?
Within the last few weeks.
2216 negative ground grid.
Sam.
Would you know the house? Recognize the house?
Alex's home.
Yeah.
Sammy's?
This is Sam's profile.
Did he still have Samantha K?
If you wanna.
Did he still have?
I believe most of his belongings, if not all of them, should be at her residence. They just became roommates as of like probably March 1st. And she's kind of been our go-to. She's been in contact with his parents and things like that. So.
Okay.
But I don't know where those journals would be.
Okay. Do you have a phone number for her by chance, or?
I don't.
Is Samantha K, is that a last name or is that
I
a
believe that's just a middle name.
middle name?
Yeah, and that's like we're all on a first name basis for the most part. I know some of my coworkers' last names, but not all of them. Just as like.
Does Samantha go to school or work or?
She no longer works at the nucleus.
How long ago did she work there?
She, I know, was just kind of filling shifts for a while. She wasn't like, she was still employed, but just
Okay, she's
on need basis.
She's not a student at the college or anything?
I don't believe so. I know she does some type of editing job.
And would you know, I know Travis had asked you this, but do you know where she lives if you drove by it, or you have no idea?
No, I don't.
Do you know where he used to live?
I have never been to the residence, so I don't know.
Because you had never been with him outside of work? Alex?
No.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get you an address, though. Because she posted that she needed roommates, and Alex ended up being the one that she moved in with. Or he moved in with.
Does she come down to?
She comes in every once in a while. But not a whole lot. I think it's just because she works. Yeah, there is no address. I know all the information that's on this is that it's on Half Moon Lake and the bike trail, right at the east entrance into Carson Park. Again, that's just a post. She was looking for a roommate, and again, Alex ended up being the one that she lived with.
Do you know anybody that would know her that you know?
Sam?
Yeah.
I mean, all of us know Sammy. All of us being the employees or
That
regulars
would
of
be good friends with her? Or...
good friends with her. I'm trying to think of like who would be the trying to think of someone that even really knows anything about the situation that's friends with her.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking with the manager of Racy's, Aubrey, she has a weird last name.
Okay.
She would be a great person to talk to, as Sammy was an employee of Racy's, so she would have worked with her. Here's Aubrey's last name. Her sister Ariel also works within Racy's.
Uh-oh.
Oh, if you just wanna... But again, Aubrey was the manager. Alex worked under her as well as Sammy, so she'd be a great person to talk to.
When does Aubrey usually work?
Mostly mornings.
Okay. And who's the owner again?
Jeremy Kashmar,
Does he usually work in the mornings?
he's not very involved.
Okay.
He's kind of hit and miss. And
But Aubrey works mainly mornings?
yep,
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a phone number for Aubrey by chance?
I don't have her phone number,
Okay. That's all right.
but
Before I forget, I'm going to give you my card.
Okay.
My office number's up there too. I know you have my cell because we talked.
Okay.
But just to have that too for later.
just in case anything comes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Travis, do you have anything else?
No, Scott's kind of saying that same thing, that maybe as moving there could be stuff at both places.
Yeah.
I guess it's, in light of that, it would be very important for us to figure out where Samantha lives.
Yeah. If I
Could
can.
we give you our phone numbers and see if you could do a little bit of digging and figure that out? Obviously, nobody's in any trouble. We just
Right.
want to see, is there something there that might help lead our investigation in a
Right.
certain direction?
Yeah.
Well, I have.
Are the numbers
Okay.
different than this?
Yep.
Should I just use that? You can write on
Just
the
use that. I'm going to write.
yours.
You can use my cell that I've been talking to you on.
Was
to
that the
start with. Yeah, that's at
5?
505-7207.
Okay, perfect.
I wrote my cell on the back as well.
Perfect. And again, Sammy and Aubrey are both absolute sweethearts, and they'll be super willing to.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a team of probably about 6 or 7 of us working this case right now. But we're the ones doing a lot of the interviews down here and traveling around down here. We'll probably be back down here again tomorrow.
Okay.
So anything we can get is very helpful. We just got to put all the pieces together and try to make sense of
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're all trying to do.
Very hard to make sense of at this point.
Right. And yeah, I mean, we're all trying to do the same thing. This is just
Okay.
very weird situation, and
Well, I think I'll shut the recorder off for now.
yeah. But
We really appreciate you taking the time.